All right, Pisces. So I'm going to get into a quick reading. This is going to be short. This is going to be sweet. Guys, if you need anything, check it out down below in the comment section. So I got this deck, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've never used this deck. This is the first time I'm using it, and I don't know. I've been thinking about giving it away. So let me know down below if you guys would like for me to give this deck away in a giveaway. But I was like, you know what? I just want to see kind of the energy that comes from this deck. Because if you do spiritual work, you know, just like people, each deck has a different energy. It might be blunt. It might be more on the softer side. It might be a little more negative. Some decks are more positive. It really just depends. And it's so intriguing to dig into the decks and really see almost their personalities. And I was asking, okay, while I play with this deck, what is the energy that Pisces needs to know? And it said, I'm embracing my voice and I'm honoring my life's transitions. So some of you could be in the middle of a transition, okay? I'll take time to rest so I can get mental and emotional clarity. So some of you, there are so many transitions taking place right now. These could be big transitions. This could go from working a certain job. Let's say you were on day shift. Maybe now you're going to night shift. That's a huge transition. I'm definitely seeing an energy of give yourself the time to adjust to the transitions. Setbacks do not define me. These setbacks are nudging me into a new awareness. So some of you, the transition could be that you feel stuck. I feel like some of you even feel that your manifestations and the things that you've been trying to conquer or get to isn't working. It's like if you've done the work to heal so you could find a good quality partner, you feel like you've done all this work and it's like, but for what? Why did I do all of this work? There's some sort of like setback with your manifestations, feeling like where you're putting your action, your energy, your effort, it's not paying off. Feeling almost like stuck. But Spirit is telling you that this is just a moment. This is not your life. This is a transitional period. And sometimes when there's a transition taking place, it's not as maybe chaotic as we assume that it would be. So I feel like if you have felt that your manifestations are delayed or not coming to you, that energy is going to be lifted here coming up. And then here coming up, you're going to be taking inspired action. So there's going to be a moment of pause, a moment of nothing's working, maybe feeling like, have you ever tried to get something accomplished and you just kind of go, okay, I can't do this today because it's not working. It's like you keep trying and trying and trying and trying, and no matter how much you're trying, it just ain't working. That's the energy you're giving me. And Spirit is telling me that whether this is something you're dealing with right now or here coming up, the best thing that you can do is take time to rest so you can get that clarity. The best example would be, have you ever had parents, children, friends, family members where they're so busy that they're doing 7 different things and you're trying to talk to them and have a conversation and they might be digesting some of it. Like, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I kind of know the contacts, but I don't really know maybe the parts that you want me to know. That's what I'm saying here. But you could be that person. You could be so overstimulated and spread thin and tired and worn out that you might notice you're going to be forgetting things. You might drop the ball on certain things. And Spirit is telling you again that this is a transition. This momentary pause, or what is even seemed as a setback. Some of you, this could be finances. You save money to then spend it and you feel like, well, what was the point? That was the point. You saved that to help you get out of the problem that you just had. That's a huge accomplishment, but you might now look at it as a setback. Yeah, but Danielle, I saved that money to have it. Yeah, but you had it for an emergency, for a problem, for an issue, and you might have spent it because you didn't see that emergency, that problem, that issue But that's not a setback. That was exactly what that money was set aside for. But some of you might not be able to see that clarity because it's like, but you don't get it. And it's like, no, you're not understanding that it met its purpose. That's what it was meant to do. Whether this is a job that was meant to teach you certain things about yourself. Maybe you needed to learn how to be a manager, handle multiple employees at once. And you could be feeling maybe set back. Maybe you lost your job. Maybe you got fired. Maybe they moved the company out of your state or your country. Maybe some of you decided to become a business owner, but you feel like it's a step back because you went from being financially stable to feeling unsure about your future. And Spirit could be showing you or telling you this is not a setback. This is a transition. This is exactly what this was supposed to do. That taught you everything that you needed for your next chapter, for your next journey, for your next path. And the thing that they want you to do within either the next 13 hours, 13 days, or 13 weeks is for you to take inspired action. They do want you to be cautious. Make sure that you're choosing battles carefully and with self-respect. So there could be things where you really need to ask yourself, do I want this because my ego wants it, or do I want it because I truly want it? This could be something as simple as, we can take it from a context of something big, like love or fighting with people, having arguments that aren't necessary because you're not going to remember it in a week. This could be something as small as, let's say you go to the store and somebody's buying the last thing that you want. Choose your battles carefully. Do you want that thing because it's the last one and you want to win at this moment? Or do you want it because you really do feel like, but no, Danielle, that's a need. I know it seems like a want, but I need that in my home. It's going to make our life easier. So there is something here coming up where there could be a moment or an instance where you could either choose to be a petty Betty, where you could choose to maybe become a part of the drama, the conflict. This could be someone misjudging you. And instead of you being like, listen, judge me, baby, I don't care, you might want to show them why they shouldn't judge you. Baby, that's a battle that ain't worth picking. People are going to misjudge you all the time. People are going to think that they know who you are, and they're highly mistaken. Allow people to be wrong. Again, this could be something as simple as having an argument with a family member. You might think that they're an idiot, and you might even say, I kind of want to show you that you're wrong. Why do you feel the need to show them that they're wrong, though? You might could send them an article and be like, hey, listen, read this. It's interesting. And that can show them that it's wrong. But if you're really going to put all your energy and your effort into that battle, ask yourself why. And if you're doing it, do you have self-respect in that battle? Because some people just fight to fight. Some people just argue to argue. And Spirit wants you to remember that sometimes an issue, a conflict, a disagreement can become bigger than what it should. It can leave kind of like an aftermath, an after stench. I don't know why. The best example would be a skunk. If you have an animal that's ever been sprayed by a skunk, you know that smell don't go away, okay? I had my dog, my sweet little baby, got sprayed by a skunk not too long ago. And thank goodness I had tomato juice and tomato soup on hand. But you know that is one of those instances where you might come across a skunk, or let's use this as an example, a battle, okay? And you might lose. What was the point of that, though? What was the point of the argument, the battle, the disagreement, me trying to prove my point, me trying to show you that you're wrong? Because the aftermath, the leftover feelings, emotions, maybe hard feelings, that's going to linger. And that's what I'm getting here, especially with the skunk on this card. It's reminding me of the time that my dog got sprayed. And when he got sprayed, I didn't think that smell was ever going to go away. So what's coming in towards you? Actually, I want to go over here. Somebody could end up getting a fish or a turtle. Somebody could be into aquatic animals. Give me something around your manifestations that were delayed. You're being asked to be kinder to yourself. Please give yourself a break. We see that you have been a multitasker, a task master. and many things. A fighter, a lover, a good friend, a comforter. But they want you to ground your energy because they're telling me that you're having a hard time listening to them. It's like there's something here that they want you to soar in. But, okay, have you ever asked the universe for a sign and you're like, but I can't hear you? Well, no, you can't. You can't when you got headphones on and you're distracted. That's kind of where you're at energetically. Your energy is so spread thin. You're exhausted. You're tired. Some of you could be burned out. Some of you could just be over it. Just over it. Anything, everything, over it. The bread didn't close correctly. I'm over it. The door slammed. I'm over it. That could be how some of you are feeling. And you could be asking for spirit to give you some sort of advice, wisdom, guidance. But they're telling me that you might be having a hard time listening to them because you're not grounded. It's kind of like someone being in a car with all the windows up and the music on loud, and they're trying to hear the person outside of the car. Are you coming in? And the person inside the car is going, huh? I can't hear you. That's you, energetically. So what Spirit is recommending is for you to be patient, for you to make yourself comfortable during this transition, for you to have faith that your manifestations are coming, for you to choose your battles carefully. Okay, so here coming up, you might notice people want to just start arguments with you. You can either match that energy or you can look straight at them and go, I'm going to pray for you because you be wanting to pick fights and I'm going to need you to go join the army. Whatever that looks like, okay? Choose your battles wisely, and if you don't feel like it shows your authentic self, don't be a part of it. Show self-respect, okay? My daddy used to always say, you can't argue with stupid, so you might as well not even try. And sometimes that's what you have to do, is just realize, you know what, I ain't going to argue with stupid because you're going to drop my IQ. Thank you, though. And just let it be what it is. I'm definitely seeing that they want you to rest. They want you to see that where you're at right now is not a defining moment. No matter what it is that you've lost, no matter what it is that you feel like is not going in your way, this is not a defining moment. This does not make you who you are. This does not define your character. This doesn't make you a failure. This doesn't make you unlovable. This doesn't make you any of that, okay? And just honor the fact that you're in the middle of transition, okay? All right, leave it here. Bye, guys.